In Kenora is made possible by proud supporters like Swift Cash, who support public television in Kenora.
Good morning, Kenora. I'm Tracy Laffin.
And I'm Chris Jones.
And it is March 1st.
It is March
Yay!
1st. Today is, in Wales, it is St. David's Day.
St. David's Day.
Yeah. Actually, I just made that up for Dave Cain.
There you go.
It's
Because today is the Dave Cain show.
It totally is. Thursday is the Dave Cain show.
I know,
so.
and everyone marks their calendars, and it's like, oh, Dave Cain, Dave Cain. Yeah.
It's a little disturbing, but when he's got clout. if I don't do it, it's all good. So you say more. so this morning's weather, we are at -7 is a low, -1 is a high with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow we're looking at a low of -7, high of -3, and some flurries.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't want flurries.
No.
I have to travel again tomorrow.
Really, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to Winnipeg to check out the boat show for a bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so always have to do that. So go around and, haggle some people and schmooze and do all that kind of grand stuff.
That's just kind of fun, though.
No, you know what? It is. Because you get to see a lot of people. And I mean, a lot of people are from Kenora anyway. So it's just like...
you go up there and see half the town anyway. So.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? What did you do last night? So, but it's pretty good and it's fun.
It is fun, yeah.
And then I will be back Saturday to do some of the winter carnival stuff. We have the servers scuttle.
Yep.
So I have to get all prepared for that. So there's a few teams and it should be fun.
It's going to be a hoot. And that's the big thing this weekend. I was going to go to the city this weekend to visit a friend because I bailed on him last weekend.
Oh, dear.
But then I'm going to bail him on this week. I told him to come here.
There you go.
I said, you come here because it's all the fun events, all this good stuff.
Well, and Shaw, due to the generosity and everything, is kind of kicking it all off.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow night, doing all of the hot chocolate and being there with the fireworks.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you guys really, Shaw really does do a lot of stuff for...
Be their own producer, the camera's set up, people get to use the cameras.
People get to use the cameras. They set up a whole bunch of stuff to make it all interactive and fun. So I mean, kudos to Shaw. They really do a lot of things for these events to make these events more spectacular and happening. So
Absolutely. There's a lot of effort goes into it. So that's going to be great. So I don't want I'm done with snow. I don't want to see snow. I'm done. March 1st hits, and my brain automatically goes, March 1st, click, soccer. So now I want the pitch.
yeah, but you know what? We still have March break. So we still do sort of want a little bit of snow because we would try to get people, this is the tourism hat kind of talking here.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Still get people to come in to try to get to the ski hill and do some stuff. And, there's still the ice fishing shacks that are out there that people can come in and do ice fishing. Some of them have to be off the ice by March 15th on the river, but, it's still a lot of fun because, that'll be March break and then St. Patty's Day, and then before you know it,
Okay, I'll hold off.
Harborfest.
Harborfest, SKBI, Boogie Night, everything.
It is true. This time now, actually, when March hits, and then especially when April, I mean, all the excitement starts generating, and there's so much going on.
Well, you start getting that spring fever and start getting ready for this and this and start planning all your stuff. And but I mean, what, all in all, we really, really can't really complain about this winter. It has been a beautiful winter and it's been quite livable, and being able to go outside and still walk the trails and not freeze. It's been great.
It's the warmest summer.
Really coming up?
This we just had,
The winter.
Yeah.
That would be. So warmest winter. Yeah, it would be. It's not Jack's. Go back to bed, Jack. So the little bit of snow we're gonna get, it's not a big deal.
No.
You're right. So did you have? what'd you plans last night? You doing exciting?
Not really. Just had to like sit down and do some stuff on my own computer and everything. Just creating some Facebook pages and
Nice.
work, and I watch my Criminal Minds.
Yes.
Like my Criminal Minds and, my Republic of Doyle. I always have the little TV on, but tonight is, I'm a big freak about the whole, as I, admitted on live TV last week. I'm kind of like a Housewives fan, so the Beverly Hills ones, the reunions tonight, so I'm, sadly to say, I'm a little bit stoked about it.
It's not sad, it's fine. It's fine.
Sadly to say.
Well, you know what, I forgo my TV watching yesterday. I actually had a family dinner with my folks. Hung out with my folks and my kids, and then I took a big step in my parenthood yesterday. Because my kids only live about 2.5 blocks away from my folks.
Yep.
So my son's 8, my daughter's 5, and I let them walk home. So I packed up the car, and then I drove home, and I gave them the route. I said, this is the route you're going to take, and you have between 5 to 7 minutes before I come get you. And you know what, I had to we live in a really good, decent neighborhood, so I did that.
So is that the first time that you've done that?
Well, yeah, like Ethan's done it on his own, but then Brenna wanted to go, and I said, you know what, I'm going to, in the spirit of neighborhood watch, and everything, I'm going to let him go.
So are you going to be trying to get the neighborhood watch going in your own neighborhood there?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
I think, well, because I live right across from Lakewood, I just think it's such a fantastic idea because I see a lot of kids walking that route. And when I grew up, I grew up in the 3rd Street North area,
right.
First North area. And I remember when I was out till, as you got older, you're out, you're running around, you're going all over the place. And my parents, they were cool. And you knew, as long as you watched out for each other. And I just told my parents, I'm going here. And if that changes, I'm going to go elsewhere. But I always knew that there's eyes everywhere on me, right?
Right.
So I want to do that for my kids where, if they go out and they go down the back lane to visit a friend or they walk over to my parents' place, I'm not having a panic attack.
No, that's...
So I'm not calling Dave Cain and saying Dave. Dave. So that's what I took a little step forward in my parenting, but that's what I did. And then due to the Joy's thank you Shaw for inventing a PVR, I watched American Pickers later.
American Pickers, there you go.
It was a pinball episode, so now my love for a pinball machine is just this much higher.
Oh my God. Pinball wizard, are you?
No, they had a pinball episode. I grew up playing arcade games. I love arcade games. I love coin ops. I love all that stuff, and I want to get one for my house.
Really?
I do. I'm going to convert my basement, turn it into a bit of a man cave. My son's all into it. It's going to be good.
Man cave. I love that word. Man cave.
This is what happens when you don't have the influence of a guiding female voice. I can just do whatever I want. Eat a bucket of ice cream, sit down, eat a bucket of ice cream, play pinball. That's my goal.
But half the problem is that you guys do whatever you want regardless anyway. So what's the difference?
I don't get in trouble for it now.
You ignore us half the time anyway.
Yeah, but now I don't get in trouble for it. Now I can just do whatever I want. I don't hear about it.
Oh, I think Dave Cain has something in his eye right at this moment. Either that or, once again, he's trying to make fun of me.
I think it's the latter, but what do I know? So speaking of Dave Cain, how about we take a short break? And we're going to, we'll bring Dave Cain in here, and Dave Cain can tell us all about what's going on in community policing.
Stay tuned.
Proudly supporting local TV since 1966. Shaw TV.
Wind and Water Interiors is a proud supporter of Good Morning Kenora and public television. From brand name window coverings, design services, and cabinetry to furniture and accessories, they're bringing style back to life. Wind and Water Interiors.
Lake of the Woods Insurance is a proud supporter of public television. For all of those unexpected challenges you may face in the workplace, Lake of the Woods Insurance can be there to help you. Lake of the Woods Insurance, where customer satisfaction is ensured.
Snowmobiling makes winter a special time. Snowmobilers care about the environment. They're firefighters, farmers, nurses, homemakers, teachers, and bankers. Snowmobilers are your neighbors and co-workers. They are good, respectful people who give to charities, plant trees, and help care for our fragile watershed areas. Snowmobilers are contributing citizens of your community who enjoy winter with an enthusiasm for nature, for life, and for the freedom that comes from it.
Good Morning Kenora would like to thank Bestway Rentals and Sales for supporting public television. They've got air conditioning systems and aqua lily pads for the summer, heaters, heavy equipment rentals, and more. Bestway Rentals and Sales.
Good Morning Kenora would like to thank Swift Cash for supporting public television. They're so much more than cashing checks and payday loans. They offer a wide range of other services, from parcel pickup and delivery to comic books, Swift Cash, and so much more.
Welcome back, folks. We're here with Dave Cain.
Hello,
Dave's
Dave.
here.
Dave is
Hi.
here.
Yay, Dave.
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
You were like,
I came into work just for you.
Aw,
Well, not really.
thanks. I'd like to say you are kind of like the Ed McMahon of the show.
Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
You kind of think so.
Yeah.
Ed McMahon, that's
It's
good.
a nice show, you know.
And Jack is like Gelman.
Yes.
Gilligan?
Gelman.
Oh, I thought you said Gilligan.
No, you know what? I kind of think like you're Gilligan and Jack could be Skipper.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's Skipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I like that at all.
You know, half the kids don't even know what we're talking
No,
about.
it's
It's
I
just,
know.
Ginger and Marianne. How about
Ginger? Hello?
no? It's
Mr. Howe.
Mr. Howe, because you definitely wouldn't be the professor.
no.
No, I'm not that smart. No.
Well, you said it. I didn't.
I admit it. Hey, you know what? If you admit you're not smart, nobody expects anything from you.
There you go.
So when you do something good, they say, hey,
wow,
look what Dave did.
you give them that
That's
wow
awesome.
factor.
It's true.
Works all the
There
time.
you
I've got
go.
crayons for you later too.
There you go.
Just don't eat them.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
how are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Doing well? Yep. We came back. Hey, the weekend we were out in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
We did that hyperthermic half marathon in the
Oh.
snow.
Oh yeah.
It was awesome.
So now, what is that?
It's a half marathon you run in the winter. Out in Winnipeg at, was it Wyatt Park? Wyatt Convention?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. It was cold, but yeah, we do it every year. Starts off our runs. And
Nice.
Yeah, it was kinda fun.
How did you do?
Nice.
Is it-
finished it. Yeah. Time wasn't great.
It's a good
Yeah,
thing.
time wasn't great, but
The time's not important.
no,
Yeah, no.
not in that one. No, time's
Finishing
definitely not important.
is the most
It's-
important
You know what?
thing.
They do a good job. They clean the trails. They keep it as there's I think about 600 or 700 people run it,
Nice.
and give you a great brunch at the end.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun.
Do you do the one on Father's Day too? That
Yep.
Around yeah.
Yep.
And you
We
do
do
like the half one or the full one or?
That's a half, the one on Father's Day, and they have the Winnipeg Police have one coming up. We have the OPP have I think we have 42 officers going to do that one from this.
Wow.
Wow. So
Northwest
are you guys
region
going to be
area.
doing relays?
No,
Or just-
20 are doing the relay. It's a 2, and 20 of us are doing the full or the half. I should say.
Nice.
So that's kind of fun.
Very good.
Well, then
Hey,
it goes
you guys
to
should
the
come
kid.
along from Shaw. Chris could do it. You could do it.
Well, I am
Well, you know
strapping
what?
young
It's-
lad, but
Well, you know what's funny is that was one of the things on my bucket list.
Well, there you go.
But a few years ago, when I was still in Winnipeg and I was working for D-Frames,
Yeah.
we put a relay team in.
Yeah.
So we kind of trained and everything, and we had about 3 or 4 teams, and we did the relay. And it was the first, and like, you know, you kind of you get cocky and everything. They're like, oh, how hard is it? It's only like my little stint was like
Yeah.
a couple of kilometers or whatever, and I didn't really train for it. And I finished it. I got booted off the relay team for the next year.
There you go.
But I did finish it, and you know, my ankles were hurting, my back
Yeah.
was hurting, like I was almost in tears. But when you just kind of get to that finish
Yeah,
line and everyone's
it's-
cheering for you, it is the most perverse, sick sense of euphoria
Yeah,
that
you're right.
you ever
Wow,
kind
never
of
thought of it that way. That's good.
Wow.
like you just want to go and you just want to like, oh
Wow,
God,
I can't wait
feel
for the
like
next
dying.
one. Wow.
So like I wouldn't mind doing it again. And so one of my girlfriends, she's a runner, so I told her that I would start trying to get out and
Good.
get on the treadmill and hopefully maybe try to do it again. So
There's a big group from Kenora that does. Oh, you know what? I just got a text.
that's not allowed on set, Dave.
that's not yeah, we're not allowed to do that.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, are you allowed to do that?
I can do what I want.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, what were you thinking?
It is
Do you
the
drive?
Dave Cain, it's the Dave Cain
Do I
show.
drive? I don't drive and text though.
Oh, okay. I'll put it there.
Okay.
Actually, I did that because we're going to talk about that today.
Yes, we are.
As we all know, this is why I did it. Because you know what we got is we got a it's called self-peer exploitation. How's that for a title?
That is quite the title.
Self-peer. Yeah, it's a big issue. It's going on now, and we as the police are just trying to get the message out. What that is called sexting. You love to use words, but Jack, can I say sex on TV?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so it's called sexting.
Okay.
And that's the new phenomenon. Mainly, it's youth, teens are out there, and they're through texting and they're sending pictures, compromising pictures of each other out back and forth. It's causing a big issue. It's causing a big stir. And what we're trying to get is the message out to the kids that, first of all, if, for instance, you were to send out a compromising picture of a child or someone who's under the age of 18, you got into a problem because you could run yourself into problems with the Criminal Code of Canada because it's child exploitation. It's all kinds of pornography laws if they're under the age of 18. And I realize the kids are thinking it's just a joke, send it to your friends or whoever, your boyfriend. But girls, I'll say it, boys are pigs. You know what? Remember that, girls? Boys are pigs.
I will second that.
You know what? You send something like that out to a teenage boy and he's in the change room with his hockey team and whatever, and before you know it, things go a little further than you wanted to go. And we joke about it, but it's a real issue. It's a serious issue. We do get concerns about it. We get calls about it. So-and-so sent this picture off, and sometimes there's nothing you can do about it once you send it out there. So the whole world of texting and that is changing, obviously.
Well, I think it's becoming, especially at the younger ages, becoming the predominant mode of communication.
Oh, huge.
I mean, I even find myself like, I don't answer my phone at home. I text everyone. Yeah. And it's so even convenient. And you're right. That once you hit send, it's sent. You cannot take that stuff back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And you know what? It kind of gets into that whole thing, like with teenagers and everything, and I'll say it, like, being a female and everything, you get into that thing of where you want the guy to like you and everything, and truly, there is nothing worth. No one is worth your time if they want you to do stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, girls, like, please, be careful, and it's, you just shouldn't do it.
No, it's a whole phenomenon. We bring it up. Corporately, the OPP have put a message out last week, or beginning of the week, regarding this throughout the province. And just because it is starting to be a phenomenon out there, and just bringing it to the attention of the viewers, attention of the kids, attention of the parents. Watch out what your kids are doing. Have a chat with them over the dinner table. These things they can be quite serious. And down the road, what people don't realize is you go for job interviews, and first thing people are doing is they're running you in Facebook.
Right.
Absolutely.
And you know what? It could be the cost you would get a job if they see things that are not good. They don't want you related to their business because of certain photos or whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And actually, I have a quick story. That happened to me on the weekend. I had a buddy down just on Facebook, and I was just fooling around, and I changed my background. Yeah. I never thought about it, and just because I closed my laptop, and then about 2 days later, I had a friend just send me a message saying, "Do you really want that up?" And I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was just it was a neon sign that said something funny.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh, you know what?" So I pulled it down right away, but I never even thought. So I mean, and I've got other friends that post the strangest things.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, you're right. I mean, Facebook is the go-to place.
Well, and the scariest thing out there is that, like, you're right. Like, once it is out there, even though you take it down, it's out there.
Yeah.
It is out there forever, and
right.
you can't change it, and you can't take it back. You can't go back and erase time. Like, it's out there. So you really, and the severity. Like, I don't really think young teenagers, like boys or girls, or especially when you're saying underage, the severity that it could be, like, could it be like a criminal record? Or
it could be a criminal offense. It could be viewed. It could fall into the category of pornography, distributing pornography, if the person in the picture is under the age of 18.
Wow.
And there could be whole other issues. And the whole texting, the whole world of photographing, and even yourselves, myself, anybody else, think about it. You go out with a group for a dinner, you have a nice time, and sometimes you get a little silly, you do some silly things. Well, somebody's out there with their cell phone taking a picture. Doesn't mean anything by it. They put this on their Facebook account. Well, next thing you know, you walk into my class tomorrow and they say, "Officer Cain, we saw you on Facebook and you were doing blah."
Yeah.
So the whole world is changing. Like, you got to think of these things up front, and what are we teaching our kids and what are we showing our kids? So it's a whole new world.
Yeah, it is.
So with this, is the OPP, you've guys sort of unrolling. So this is probably a bigger, I guess to say, commitment package that you guys are going to really start looking into this?
What's happening is the internet safety, and it falls into line Facebook, internet safety, cell phone texting, it's all into the same package. But we've been in the schools and dealing with some of the schools because we want to get to the kids. The other day I did a presentation for a group of parents at one of the schools. The whole messaging is, we've been working on that now, but the OPP corporately is the sexting issue is a relatively new issue. It could be a very damaging issue. We're working right now corporately on getting a program together where we have a presentation to both kids and adults, and that's the biggest message. We always say kids out there, and we identify the kids doing these things, but where are the adults? We've got to, you know, and I realize you can't control everything that happens, but we've got to get on top of this because it could be an issue, it could be a very embarrassing issue.
Yep.
Girls, what are you doing? And it's mainly girls. Like, take pride in yourself. No boy is worth that.
I can't agree with you more because, you know, going, you know, again, being a girl and having, going through all that, and you just see, like, I do, like, especially seeing younger girls now, and, you know, being in the restaurant and everything, but you kind of take on a motherly role to some of these girls, and I want to just take them sometimes and go, like, what are you doing? And sit down and let's have a little bit of a self-esteem talk.
Yeah, it's a great tool. It's a great issue.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. But let's use it properly, you know. And I have to throw in there, obviously, remind everybody texting while you're operating motor vehicle, or while you're getting out of your car, standing in the middle of the highway or the roadway. You know, you can't do it while you're driving. Make sure you're off the road before you start texting because traffic comes. Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
Thanks, Dave.
I heard about you.
She's very important. I mean,
we're worried about. I'm concerned about you.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's neighborhood watching wherever he goes.
That's what I'm doing. Neighborhood watching wherever I go. Thank you for throwing that in there.
You can use that. Every time you say it, I want 5 cents.
There you go. Excellent. Excellent.
Every time Dave Cain tries to save my life, right? I have to pay him.
Might not happen often, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. No, that's good.
Nice.
What else is going on, sir?
What else is going on? Well, we know we got the Winter Carnival coming up.
Right,
Sunday is the tug of war.
That's right.
Come on down.
That's right.
Come on down.
Well,
no, there's no.
Well, I just,
we got some guys.
He's got the pin.
Yeah, I've got
ran
the
a
pin.
marathon.
He's got the pin.
Yeah, I've got the pin. No, you'll see some of our. I will be there, and I'll probably participating.
I was going to say, like, you have
but
to
some
be
of our
participating.
big guys will. Yeah, I'm just like I'm like the queen. I'm like that figurehead. They stuck me in there because hey, here's Dave.
Well, yeah,
that's it.
They want to make you feel good about yourself.
It's the guys that you want to see in the calendars. Those guys will be
the
there.
firemen.
Yeah, the firemen. Yeah.
The eye candy.
The firemen.
The eye candy.
Yeah, I believe it's the firemen will be there. We have a team in. I could be wrong, but I think Treaty 3 has the other team in. So it's going to be a little fun event.
Nice.
It's Sunday at 1 o'clock, I believe.
Good.
Down there with all the other activities. So show up, cheer us on, or not.
And you guys actually go into the water, right?
No, that's not going to happen.
There's a big hole.
Yeah.
And you guys like pull each other?
No, it's not.
Maybe Tracy pushing.
Yeah, no. But I understand there is the canoe race. They're doing that. They brought that.
Yeah.
Yes, and they've actually, we were saying yesterday that they're making some modifications for it because they want to make it a little bit longer.
A little more challenging.
So a little bit more challenging. So there's like great prize money and everything up for it. So that should be fun.
I want to say 8-10 years ago we participated. They had that, and our team, the OPP team, we went in the water. Got off the ice. Our last guy jumped in, and we.
Well, usually somebody does, right?
It's
somebody,
cold.
Yeah.
Well, they have the EMTs down there and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, but you got to get out and say, oh no, I'm fine, as you freeze. But anyway, it's fun. It's gonna be a good time, and I understand Friday we're gonna have hot chocolate. Shaw's coming down.
Yes.
Serve everybody hot chocolate. Got to bring my grandkids down there.
So we'll all see you there. So
we get to use the camera.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Oh,
look at this. He's all excited and everything. He's even doing the actions.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, from 1930.
I got to work too. I got to look down the road. Ow.
When you were a teenager, right?
Oh. Man.
With the little cap and the little.
That's out of the corner of my eye, this action. Does that mean wind it up?
Well, Dave, we will see you this weekend.
We will.
Thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you.
Next Thursday, we'll see you, and we'll take a break now. We'll come back.
Great.
Proudly supporting local TV since 1966. Shaw TV.
Wind and Water Interiors is a proud supporter of Good Morning Kenora and public television. From brand name window coverings, design services, and cabinetry to furniture and accessories, they're bringing style back to life. Wind and Water Interiors.
Lake of the Woods Insurance is a proud supporter of public television. For all of those unexpected challenges you may face in the workplace, Lake of the Woods Insurance can be there to help you. Lake of the Woods Insurance, where customer satisfaction is ensured.
Snowmobiling makes winter a special time. Snowmobilers care about the environment. They're firefighters, farmers, nurses, homemakers, teachers, and bankers. Snowmobilers are your neighbors and co-workers. They are good, respectful people who give to charities, plant trees, and help care for our fragile watershed areas. Snowmobilers are contributing citizens of your community who enjoy winter with an enthusiasm for nature, for life, and for the freedom that comes from it.
Good Morning Kenora would like to thank Best Way Rentals and Sales for supporting public television. They've got air conditioning systems and aqua lily pads for the summer, heaters, heavy equipment rentals, and more. Best Way Rentals and Sales.
Good Morning Kenora would like to thank Swift Cash for supporting public television. There's so much more than cashing checks and payday loans. They offer a wide range of other services, from parcel pickup and delivery to comic books, Swift Cash, and so much more.
Welcome back. Well, that was always interesting with Dave, eh?
You know what? At the risk of alienating other guests that I dearly, dearly love, I think Dave Cain's one of my absolute all-time favorite guests and people.
It won't get you out of tickets, you know that, eh?
What? Oh, never mind
It's
then.
not going to get you out of tickets
Forget it.
or anything.
Oh, jeez. So, no, that was a great segment, and that's very sobering and kind of scary.
You know what? It so is, and they're so delicate, and at that age, they're still kind of like innocent, and you just want to like wake up because you really don't think you're doing anything
exactly
wrong, and you just don't understand the ramifications of it.
No, you know, and I think that's the problem with a lot of this stuff that comes out is my 8-year-old boy wants an iPod Touch, and he looks at my phone, can I play with your phone? He wants this stuff so bad.
Yeah.
And you take a look, and soon, I mean, when he's 10, he's going to want a phone.
Right.
And I think with a lot of this technology, I'm not saying parenting issues, but maybe some people need to sit down and actually discuss that these aren't just toys, they're tools. You need to use them responsibly and really give some thinking into what you're doing.
Well, my own opinion, I do think that sometimes some of the kids get phones at too young of an age.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, growing up, like we all grew up and there wasn't anything like that, and we still made it home, and parents found ways of communicating with us and everything. And it's quite scary. It really is.
It is. And I think too, like, my opinion is I think that people give it's like, I'll give my child a phone.
Yeah.
Because then that way, if I want to know, I'll just call them.
Yeah.
And it just sort of, it's a parenting cop-out. That's my official thing. I think a lot of this stuff is just kind of parenting cop-out, where you just give the phone and do what you need to do because I'll call you or you call me. I mean, again, great tool, and that really works, but you can't rely on it. Because
I know, but it's hard because there's so many pros and cons to it, and the way that everybody works now, it's just a dangerous thing, and just teenagers, please be careful, and girls, don't.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself.
Absolutely. You know what I think we should do? I think maybe later after this goes on, maybe we'll have Dave Cain back on for a special thing, and then we'll talk a bit more about this.
Even like do like a round table or
like
something
a round
like that.
table, yeah, absolutely.
This really is an issue that I would be interested in knowing what everybody else thinks, and we can explore further. So
100%. So we'll keep it posted on our Facebook page, which is Facebook.com/Good Morning Kenora. Check us out there, and we'll have a lot of this information up, and we'll keep it posted on a round table and any more. You can also, if you have any questions, comments, please email us at goodmorningkenora@shaw.ca.
Okay.
Excellent. So skip into the weather.
Skipping the weather for Winter Carnival weekend.
So today we are looking at a low of -7 and a high of -1. I wasn't waiting for the screen, I swear. With partly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine. Tomorrow we are doing a low of -7 and a high of -3 and maybe some flurries. But you know what? It's still going to make going to make the fireworks and the hot chocolate.
The hot chocolate with the marshmallows that Shaw is going to be providing.
Absolutely fantastic.
And then everyone come and, like, as Dave goes, work the camera. Produce the camera, produce the shows. Cut.
The Shaw Bears flying in special.
Oh, that'll be so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the weekend. One more day tomorrow, and we have
Dog's Life is in tomorrow.
Life coming in, and then we roll right into the weekend with Winter Carnival.
It'll be
fantastic.
So have yourselves a great weekend. Stay safe, play nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good day.